Good morning. It's Tuesday, January the 26th, and this is The Drill. Thank you very much. The prayer of the day from the book titled Daily Declarations for Spiritual Warfare. Do not be filled with fears in the night hours, my child, for I have promised to be your fortress, your place of safety. I have spread my wings over you, and I will keep you secure. You don't need to worry about dangers at night, for you will not be harmed, even though thousands may fall all around you. Remember how I sent my angels to guard my servant Paul when he was bound by chains in a prison cell. My angels fill his prison cell with light and caused his chains to fall off. They escorted him out of the cell through the prison gates and opened the city gates to let him escape. You too can count on my angels' protection in the night hours. Fear not, and listen for the sound of my voice, for I will fill your heart with song in the night hours. You are my shield, and you give me victory and great honor. I pray to you, and you answer from your sacred hill. I sleep and wake up refreshed, because you, Lord, protect me. I will rest at night because you give me sleep. I take authority over every demon that is released against my family and me at night. I will meditate upon my Lord in the night watches. Amen. Welcome to all the butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers out there. I'm Ron, your host, and the only true conservative in the United States today. Today, I look at President Trump's accomplishments and a message for Hugh Hewitt. All that when I come back. Thank you. The following is a list of President Trump's accomplishments. Thank you, Mr. President, for everything you've done. It shouldn't be ending this way, but I and 75 million other Americans just want to thank you for all of your efforts on our behalf over the past 4 years. Actually, since you came down the escalator at Trump Tower back in the summer of 2015. Thank you for restoring the U.S. as the world's leading producer of energy. After your predecessor sternly lectured us that we couldn't drill our way out of our dependence on unstable Middle Eastern oil providers. Thank you for the middle-class tax cuts. Thanks for destroying genocidal ISIS. Thanks for shutting off the endless flow of illegal immigrants at the southern border. Thank you for calling out the endless hypocrisy of the media. Thank you for lowering the unemployment rates of all Americans. Thank you for the peace treaties and economic agreements in the Middle East. Thank you for calling out and exposing rhinos. Thank you for standing up to the communist Chinese and renegotiating trade with China. Thank you for Operation Warp Speed. Thank you for pardoning all the persecuted victims of the Russian collusion hoax. Thank you for eliminating the Obamacare individual mandate. Thank you for getting the U.S. out of foreign policy disasters. Thanks for a booming economy. Thanks for the tweets. Thank you for ending state oppression against the people of faith. Thank you for defunding sanctuary cities. Thanks for 3 new justices on the Supreme Court. Thanks for defending both the First and Second Amendments to the Constitution. Thank you for ordering the elimination of 2 of the most bloodthirsty terrorists on earth. We'll be back, Mr. President, and so will you. The previous was an excerpt from the Boston Herald article by Howie Carr. When I come back, a message to Hugh Hewitt. Thank you. Mr. Hewitt, the most neutral man in the game, and as a result of your neutrality, a rather insipid radio show. Mr. Hewitt, you wanted to ask your listeners to call you and tell you why they listen to your show. I did not call in at the time, but I will tell you now why I listen to your show. I listen to the Hugh Hewitt show for 2 reasons. Number 1, by default. Your show is the least bad show on the dial at that time slot. If you were up against Rush Limbaugh, I wouldn't even know your name. Number 2, I listen to your broadcast to use as a negative example of how not to be a conservative, of how not to communicate, etc., etc. For instance, you had a caller the other day that was standing in a food line when she called you and you asked her if COVID-19 had messed up her life. Wrong question. Your question assumes that the virus is a sentient life form. What you should have asked her was whether or not Governor Newsom and his lockdown has messed up her life. Governor Newsom is responsible for the lockdowns, not a virus. The virus may be an excuse for locking the state down, but it is not the agent that did so. Furthermore, how can you expect the left to be held accountable for their mistakes if you insist on giving them a pass at every opportunity? Now, there's actually a third reason I listen to your show, and that is to listen to the smoothest delivery in talk radio. Your delivery is truly remarkable. No stuttering, no stammering, no verbal pauses, even under pressure. I wish that my delivery was even half as smooth as yours. Back in a minute. Thank you. And on the next episode, more daily declarations for spiritual warfare and President Trump's mistakes. That concludes another episode of The Drill. Be honest, be smart, and be beautiful. I'm Ron, and that's The Drill.